What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I figured I'd try to do this live shit. It's been a while since I've done a live. I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys about the cameo fighters and stuff like that, because you know, I noticed that some people, they wanted to hear my initial thoughts on it, so I'd rather have a conversation live with you guys and stuff like that.
I uninstalled and refunded this game, just waiting for Tekken 8 honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you're entitled to do what you feel, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, hey, look, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm still waiting on Tekken 8 as well, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So let's see here. Where do I want to start off at with this? So I should teach y'all how to combo, actually. I think I should actually do that. That'd actually be pretty dope. I'm wondering if I should actually do that or not. Probably had to do that in a different live, but
Scorpion, Johnny Cage.
I guess I'll talk about the cameo system real quick. So the cameo system is very interesting.
Bad move from NRS. They should have just kept cameos in arcade mode like they've
Kept
been doing
cameos.
in the past games.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I think, like, how should I put it? The cameo system in this game is obviously a thing in this game. So to say, like, it's not useful, that would be, like, a lie. Like, I would have to sit there and just be like, okay, now you're lying. Because there's a reason why the cameo system exists in the game, right? But the way that they implemented it in this game, I don't think it was done well. Because there are certain moves that are dumber than other moves, right? So, like, a prime example is, like, Kung Lao or Serena. Serena has, like, 4 different special moves. Like, she has, like, the Kia Blades, she has the Demon Flip, the single hitting Kia Blade, the meter drain and shit. And, you know...
My question is, was cameos needed in this game?
My personal opinion, when it comes to that, if cameo fighters needed to be needed in this game, my personal opinion is that you got to look at the roster, man. There are certain characters in this game where cameos are not even necessary. A prime example is like the homie JC. Like, Johnny Cage is basically the perfect character in a sense, right? The only thing he's lacking in is range, and he's not that great in the neutral. But with the cameo fighter and the right cameo fighter that can cover him in the neutral, I mean, he's a jack of all trades, despite the fact that he doesn't have the greatest range on his normals. But just in general, do I think the cameo system was necessary in this game? Not necessarily, but the way that they made these move sets where, like, you could do a certain combo string that will pop the opponent up into the air, and you know for a fact back in like MKX or MK9 you could easily follow up with a combo, but like in Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1 you can't do that. So like, I think they took shit from Mortal Kombat 11 and they looked at that and then they implemented it inside of this game, and it was like, oh, cameo fighters. And that's essentially what they did, because to be honest with you, if they really wanted to make it to where there's no cameo fighters, they could have done that. They could have easily done that. But I guess they want their game to be different, and that's just how it is. But as far as the cameo fighters go, like...
Johnny with Darius is insane because those two can pressure you in the corner.
Yeah. They could definitely do that. Like, Johnny and Darius can definitely do that, especially if you know how to do certain shit with them. Like, yeah, they can do some dirty shit. They can do some dirty shit.
Quan Chi, Jiang Su, Cyrax, Sector, Tomb of the Dragon Army.
So, just in general, the cameo system, this is just my opinion, it's a hit or miss with me. The reason why I say it's a hit or miss with me is mainly because of the fact that, like, certain cameos need a buff, certain cameos need a slight nerf, but they can keep the same move the same, if that makes any sense, right? Then, when it comes to the main roster, with Johnny and Darius, you have to guess when it's right to the point to get out of the corner. Yeah, so it's kind of like, man, there's so much shit to talk about, bro. There's so much shit to talk about, just in general. Like, I would have to make full detailed videos explaining like this and that with each, like with the system, and then the cameo system, and then the main fighters. Like I would have to go in full detail so that way people can fully understand what I'm trying to talk about with the cameo system. Because, like, a prime example is like Kung Lao, right? Kung Lao is dumbed down to one special move, right? So it defeats the whole purpose of the cameo system, because when you make it to where one special move is only useful and that's it, I mean, what's the point of me using the? It's frustrating because I think my biggest issue with the cameo system is the lack of creativity that you can do with the cameo system and the main fighters. I think that's where my problem's coming in at. That's exactly where my problem's coming in at, because you're not allowing the player to be free to where they can do certain stuff. Like, a prime example is like Frost. Frost is a perfect example, right? Like, everything you do with this character, like, it leads into a stance animation. Back in Mortal Kombat 11, like, you are free to just do whatever. That's why I was able to do majority of those little so-called tag team combos in Towers of Time, because if you pay attention to those combos compared to these, your main fighter is the one doing most of the combos, which makes sense. But, like, in this game, you're not that free. Like, you get put into this stance animation, as you can clearly see here, and now you're just stuck. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're completely stuck and you can't even move. You know? So it kind of makes the game kind of boring and kind of stale, and that's just my opinion. Then certain moves in the game is just retarded. Like, a prime example is Kung Lao's Buzzsaw hat or Serena's Kia Blades. When you make one move dumb as hell where it's complimenting the player on everything, what do you think the player is going to do? They're going to dumb that move down, and that's the only move they're going to use, especially if it's only costing them 50% of the cameo's resources for you to use that dumbass move. So it destroys the creativity in the game and the beauty that the cameo fighter system can actually have in this game, to where this game can be a lot more entertaining and a lot more fun to play, rather than you just doing one move and that's it. Like, literally, Kung Lao is dumbed down to one fucking move. Like, I'm not even joking. He's dumbed down to one move. Same thing with Serena. And Serena has 3 other special moves that I have yet to see any other players use at all on a competitive level. And I'm talking about in the most creative ways imaginable. So like it's disappointing, man. It's really disappointing. Like, it's disappointing. Like, I think the cameo system, I'm kind of neutral on the cameo system, mainly because of the fact that it's like it could be good at times with certain characters, and then it's bad at certain times with other characters. Because, like, if you look at Johnny Cage, right? Johnny Cage doesn't really need a cameo fighter to fight anybody in this game, technically. The only thing he needs a cameo fighter to do, if I'm being honest, is to cover him in the neutral so he can get in on the opponent. What is the point what's the point of that? So I think the cameo system is a hit or miss. Now, if I'm gonna be brutally honest, and y'all want me to go full throttle on this shit, right, and just be brutally raw about it, let's talk about the cameos roster, right? Let's see here. We have Scorpion, we have Sub-Zero here, and we also have Kung Lao here, right? And what confuses me the most about this is that all 3 of these characters, as you can clearly see, are already playable characters on the main roster. right?
Kung Lao.
But for some odd reason, they're a recycled cameo fighter as well. Now, it's also been rumored that Serena, which is one of my favorite MK combatant female characters of all time, is supposed to be a playable DLC character, supposedly, but she's a cameo fighter. And then you have, like, Stryker here, when he should have been a playable character, and he hasn't been playable since MK9. And then we haven't seen Motaru since MK9 when Raiden fucking destroyed his shit and killed him, right? Shijinko, okay, fine, whatever. But when it comes to Kano, Sonya Blade, you know, Frost and Jax, they're perfectly fine as cameo fighters because they were playable in previous titles. But it's also been rumored that Kano is supposedly supposed to be another fucking main fighter in the game. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me, man. Then, back in Mortal Kombat 11, they even stated themselves that the characters in the story mode are going to be playable, right? So we were all under the impression that Cyrax and Sector were going to be playable, right? Except for Chronica, which is fine. But guess what? These characters are dumbed down to just a fucking cameo fighter.
Shoot some Dragon Ball Fighters DLC crap.
So and the thing is like I'm not trying to act mad or anything like that. I'm just stating the obvious. This logically does not make any sense. You could have easily done something like you did back in Deception days in the 3D era, where you could have combined Cyrax and Sector to be like Noob and Smoke from Deception, or you could have done some Triboard shit from Mortal Kombat X, where you could pick Cyrax and then Sector's behind him. When it comes to certain combo strings and special moves, when it comes to you picking Sector, you could do it that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like here's the thing, right? I'm speaking from a logical standpoint. I'm not talking about this in a negative, hating way. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, bro. Like it's legitimately weird what they did here. Right now, as far as Chameleon, I like the idea that Chameleon is a female character. That's actually pretty cool. So I am looking forward to seeing how Chameleon is going to be in this game. Tremor, I don't really mind as much. You know what I mean? Because I mean he was in MKX. It would be pretty cool to see him as a playable character in a future Mortal Kombat game. But it's just this cameo roster is just very weird, just in general. Now, this might be a hot take because I am going to talk about Quan Chi because I can see that comment there. This might be a hot take, and I can understand some people may get an attitude, and I get it. I get it. Okay, let's talk about these DLC characters. Okay, now there's two certain DLC characters that I'm mainly talking about. I'm not talking about Ermac. I'm not talking about Takeda. I'm not talking about Quan Chi. I'm not talking about that. Let's talk about this nigga right here. And let's talk about Homelander, right? We have two knockoff Superman type characters in the game. Now, I made a video talking about this, but I never posted the video up, right? Why do we have Omni-Man here when we have Homelander down there, where he is basically the embodiment of Superman? Like, he is Superman. Even though his story is different, his personality is different, his looks are different. He literally, it's two Supermans in one game. When's the last time you guys have seen that actually happen in this game? They actually did this in Injustice, and they also did this in a previous Mortal Kombat game as well. Why do we have two Superman-like characters in the game? You could have easily added Michael Myers. You could have easily added Scream, one of the most iconic horror film type characters imaginable. They had Jason Voorhees. They had Freddy Krueger. They've had Predator. They've had Leatherface. They had some of the most iconic horror film type characters in the game, and they chose two knockoff Superman characters in the game. And don't get it twisted. I love both of those characters, right? Because their story is different. Their background is different. Their character's different. So it's cool. But the problem that I'm having is that why is Omni-Man here instead of like a horror type character like Scream or Michael Myers? I mean, I don't understand that. We already have Homelander. Homelander can stay, but Omni-Man? So I just think it's weird, man. I just think that that's weird. I just think that's honestly weird. But I'm enough of that shit. Because you know, people are gonna get real sensitive and they're gonna get upset and oh, you're so negative, bro. Blah blah blah. You know, I'm not even gonna do it. So when it comes to Quan Chi, right? Quan Chi is a very interesting character in this game.
Michael Myers is in Fortnite, but he was discussed before Fortnite got Michael Myers' license.
Michael Myers is in Fortnite. Hold up, he's in Fortnite?
Charizard can only tolerate Homelander and still has mediocre.
Wait, Michael Myers is in Fortnite? Yo, what?
The pyramid.
Yes, Michael Myers is a skin in Fortnite.
Yo, how? Oh, man.
Look it up.
Yo, they got Michael Myers in Fortnite. What the hell? Alright, things just got weird up in here. Things just got real weird up in here. Alright, so how you doing, man? How you doing? Kane, how you doing, brother? How you doing? Alright, so when it comes to Quan Chi is very interesting as a character. He doesn't seem like the type. Huh?
Plays an instrument with his piano theme song.
Man,
Is this game as be real? We need GSR.
Is this game as be real? We need. Like, do I think Mortal Kombat 1 is ass? I definitely think it's a major improvement compared to Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 was very boring, even though it had decent neutral. Despite the fact that you had a few characters in Mortal Kombat 11 that could break neutral very easily, such as obviously Fujin, you know, Jackie Briggs jumping all over the air like she's LeBron James and shit like that.
Do you think unblock needs to be removed?
Hold on. Do you think unblock needs to be removed? Are you talking about upblock? Is that what you meant to say?
mk1 is slow-paced, but it could have been a little more fast-paced. Upblock.
Okay, so you said upblock. Okay. Okay, so you said upblock. So upblock, should it be removed? I mean, it is a very interesting defensive mechanic. Like it's actually pretty interesting. So like, let me see if I could show you guys. Let me see if I could show you guys something real quick, because I want to show you this because I think that this is important for you guys to actually see. So as far as the upblock situation goes, yeah, I can understand why you say it's kind of cheesy. I can understand that. So
Raiden.
I'm gonna pick I'm gonna pick these two. There's a reason why I'm gonna pick these two. So like, I'm gonna go for like Raiden's 434, I believe it is. And as a matter of fact, so it's a double overhead and stuff like that, but it's like, if I up block him, like as you can clearly see, it like he's still -4 in block. So even if you successfully, like if you successfully up block Raiden here, right? Like it doesn't even matter. Like you won't be able to get a punish at all. Like, so Raiden basically is avoiding being punished that way, right? So you would basically be able to punish him that way. I think the up block system in the game is decent. I don't think it's something that should be abused defensively, and there's so many different ways that a player can abuse you going for the up block situation in this game. I'm trying to find a good way to say this, because I think the up block system in the game is decent, but I don't think it's that good. because you can definitely exploit that very very well as the offensive player. Like I've seen some players really like mess people's heads up where they keep trying to up block like this because they know that they can punish it and they just get blown up for the shit. Like the up block system, right? Now remember what I told you guys back in Mortal Kombat 11, right? About the flawless block system, right? You had certain characters in the game that had access to a overhead and a low, right? Like whether it's an overhead starter or a low starter, certain characters had mix-ups in the middle of the combo strings, right? The problem with the up block system, at least this is one of my issues with it, is that you have to deal with certain characters in this game that are gifted with really good mix-ups, right? And a perfect example of this is Smoke. So you're so focused on stopping this character by going for like an up block. You could get blown up with a whole nother low. Like he could go for a 4-3, and this is not a bad stagger at all. He can blow you up with a throw. Like, dude, there's a list of things wrong with the up block system in this game. Hell, I even think cameo fighters could actually stop you from up blocking, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the up block. I'm kind of neutral on the up block system in the game. So I'm kind of neutral on it. Like I'm really neutral on it because it could be a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because with all the mix-ups and the pressure that can happen in this game with the right characters, if they're paired up with the right cameo characters in this game, the up block system in the game is only going to save you but so much. And there's times where like you won't even be able to go for it. And I'm pretty sure with like certain characters that can set up a hard to blockable situation, like Darius. Like, have a good one, brother. So, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The up block system in the game is decent, but it's not something that I would just recommend someone continuously doing, because like if. So what about Quan? Quan Chi is a very interesting character. So let's get to Quan Chi real quick. So I made a combo video with this character, and when I was doing certain combos with him, he was kind of fun. But playing as him, he's kind of boring. Like he's kind of boring to play. Like now, of course, if you're that kind of player that likes to play like that keep away kind of game and staying away and being defensive, then I mean, more power to you. But for me, my personal taste, he's kind of boring in this game. But when he does combos with cameo fighters, he's really fucking fun. I think his combos are really fun with cameo fighters. Now, what's interesting is that not a lot of characters can do what I'm about to show you, which is this. If he stops fucking blocking. So I was going to show this off in the combo video, but I just never did it. But isn't his down 19 frames? I'm not sure. I didn't really look at the frame data for him. Yeah, it's 9 frames and it's -10 on block. That's kind of crazy because he has shitty range. But it's coming out really quick, so I'm kind of actually surprised by that. He gives good hit advantage, keeps the opponent standing there. He has a little bit of range there. But then again, he's not physically touching you either. It's this little skeleton that's touching you. So his hurt box isn't really that exposed because that skeleton is out and it's active, and that's what's actually hitting you. I mean, his range isn't really the greatest. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He has a low that has pretty good range on it. But that shit is unsafe as well. I haven't really looked at his moveset competitively, like in terms of frame data, his mix-ups and stuff like that. But his special moves are very interesting because when he calls out like the orb shit, he can actually move it forwards and backs. Hold on. Let's see here. They should have nerfed Lao hat into the ground. I don't think they should have nerfed Kung Lao's hat into the ground. I think they should have nerfed it to where it's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? But wait, he said he loses the poke battle. I think they weakened his defense like in MKX. Yeah, I can see that because when you meter burn his portal, it doesn't last very long. Like as you can clearly see, it completely just disappears. Like it just disappears. So I think you have to find key moments to set that up. I think that's how that's gonna work. And then like if the opponent's trapped into the corner, even if they try to get out of the corner in a certain way, I'm wondering if his portal could actually just push them back, because if I do this, they can't get into that range. So that could be set up in a creative way, I think. That's just my personal opinion. But as far as Quan Chi goes, man, he's definitely like more of a space control kind of keep away character. I think the goal really is to get this out and just keep zoning. And then like when he has this, he starts to zone you and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like this actually starts to track you. And then he also has like this bullshit. Which that's an overhead. But it's like he's kind of like I think if I was to explain his archetype in the best way, he's kind of like a tricky setup kind of character that has zoning properties. I'm hoping that makes sense to a lot of you guys, because that's definitely how I see him. So like if I was to look at like his moveset and actually just break it down, okay, 8 frames. Okay, that's a mid. He has a little bit of a spacing situation there. Okay, he's 0 on block, so that seems like a pretty good combo string to actually go for. This is an overhead, so obviously he'll get a mix-up off of the low. So that's obvious, like that's pretty easy to understand. What about this? I mean, you could use this, but I don't know. I don't think that's a low. So I mean, do you think the story mode was good? I think the story mode was confusing, and I think it was weird. I think the combat in the story was actually pretty cool, and the designs of the characters and stuff like that. I think it was beautifully well designed, but the story itself is just very weird. Like it's very weird. There's a lot of different reasons why I say what I say. So I the story mode was decent, but it was definitely weird. There was a lot of shit that was contradicting other shit from previous titles of MKs. There was some confusing shit in the story itself. Like I could literally show you guys a clear example of that, but then again, I'm gonna be considered negative, so I'm not trying to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be that guy. So let's see here. This is a low, so he'll be able to get a combo off of that. So basically, I did not get a chance to play the Tekken 8 demo. Is it still out? Because if it's still out, man, then hey, it's fair game, baby. It's fair game. I'll definitely I will definitely play the Tekken 8 demo for sure. I have not gotten a chance to play it at all. I'm not. Is there a demo? Oh, it is a demo? All right, cool. If that's the case, I'm definitely gonna download it.
Completely skip past the gray Kung Lao.
Yeah, they sure did. I was really hoping, like, when Liu Kang pulled up on Kung Lao and the story, I was really hoping that, like, Kung Lao was going to become the great Kung Lao. But instead, we got this version of Kung Lao where he's basically the same Kung Lao, bro. Like, he's literally the same Kung Lao. He's no different. He's literally no different. So, it's disappointing, bro. What the hell? Yeah, bring it. Kung Lao don't even feel like Kung Lao in his fighting style. Now,
Flawless victory.
there is something that I do want to talk about with Kung Lao, right? I made a combo video with Kung Lao like a month ago or something like that, and I remember there were people talking about in my comment section down below, I remember there were people talking about, you know, Kung Lao's mix-ups aren't really that good. But see, that's where the cameo system comes into play, and I'm actually going to show you guys some shit about that, actually. Oh, no. Fucking missed it. Oh, you little bitch. You little bitch. Ow. So, how should I put it? The cameo system, right, is important for Kung Lao. As a matter of fact, you know what? I think I'm gonna show you a combination setup actually with Kung Lao. Yeah, I fuck it. I was gonna make a separate video explaining it in full detail who could be extremely useful for Kung Lao. And I explained it in full detail, but I might as well expose it right now of who I personally think. Because I remember hearing people say something about Kung Lao's lackluster mix-ups and stuff like that. So,
Kung Lao. Raiden.
So the character that I'm thinking of right now, and this is just my personal opinion, other people may feel differently, but if you really want Kung Lao to have like that true pressure kind of mix-up kind of game going on with him, I definitely think a cameo fighter you should actually pick, because people did say his mix-ups weren't that great, which you know, they're not lying. I personally think it's a Striker.
Striker. Kung Lao. Wu Shi Academy.
Now, I have my reasons as to why I believe it's Striker. And it's not just because of the overhead and low, even though that is kind of a big part of it. But there are things that you can actually do with Striker and Kung Lao that can benefit Kung Lao dramatically offensively. And that's what people have to understand about this, right? That's the reason why the cameo system exists just in general. Now, of course, they could have just added actual mix-ups for the character and said, fuck the cameo system, but they wanted the cameo system to be a thing. So the closest you're going to get in terms of like pressure and all that extra shit, I think it's possibly Striker. So for starters, Striker's bombs are highly effective because they leave you really plus on block. But then on top of that, while you're pressuring the opponent, like you could do something like this and then immediately pressure the opponent. Like you can immediately just jump in and then just get automatic pressure on the opponent, like easily, like very easily. Now here's the thing, right? I'm gonna go for like Kung Lao's 2-1-2, and I'm going to show you guys some things, right? So off of this, just in general, right? Like, he's already +3 on block. So this is extremely good, right? He's already +1 on block. So that's extremely good, right? Then on top of that, like, as you can clearly see, right? You know, there's space between you and the opponent, which means that they have to figure out what you're going to do. Even though you're -5 on block, there are still options that you have access to, and there's a big enough gap here to where, depending on what the opponent does, I mean, you can whiff punish the shit out of them by like backdashing. You could hit them with an Abari attempt, depending on what normal they use, because they're obviously going to use a far-reaching normal, or they might create new neutral ground. Like, there's a lot of shit that can actually happen here. So I'm just going to focus on this one string and show you all the shit that he can actually just do off of this, just in general. So, like, off of this situation here, right? Like, you could immediately just go for a 50-50. Like, you literally could do that. Like, I'm not even joking. So, some people may see this as a bad thing. I see this as a good thing. Not only are they risking the chance of them getting hit, right? So, I'll show you. Striker does 6%. The low does 6%. Now, what are you getting off of this? You're getting really high hit event. So, in this version of Kung Lao, right? This version of Kung Lao mixed with Striker, he is a combination between his MKX version of himself and the MK11 version of himself. He has the mix-ups, but it's not the mix-ups that you necessarily would want. But with the knockdown properties that he's getting off of this situation with Striker, if you're successful with the mix-up, this creates a very serious dilemma for the opponent because this allows Kung Lao to create a strike throw mind game on knockdown. He could possibly break armor on knockdown as well, especially if you're trying to go for meaties. And then on top of that, say for example, you knock the opponent down, right? You could literally go for a strike throw mind game. That's going to annoy the fuck out of anybody because now they're going to try and meter burn. You can capitalize off of that by blocking the attack very easily and then getting a meterless combo on the opponent. That's going to upset them. You can even call out Striker. You understand what I'm saying? To extend the combo even further to get even more damage on the opponent. Then on top of that, like if we really look at this just in general, like where's it at? So that has armor on it, right? So I'm going to show you guys this real quick. So if I do this, as you can clearly see, I'm getting hit, right? So hold on, that's the wrong button. So I'm easily getting hit, right? Even if I go for this, he can meter burn, and he can stop me. Here's the problem that the player's facing, right? I am +3 on block, right? I'm +3 on block. That's a problem. The reason why that's a problem is because not only can you be baited for going for an armored attempt, even if you were to try and go for like a reversal attempt with invincibility frames, that's really bad for you because the cameo fighter is going to get you fucked up, right? So like what I'll do is like, because I think Kung Lao has like a reversal thing if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Can he... Did I turn it off? Okay. So that has a reversal property to it, right? So, as you can clearly see, like, he hits Striker, and this is different depending on the cameo fighter in the game, man. So, like, I could easily just do this, and I can block, and he's -20 on block. So you're capitalizing off of something, and you're still capitalizing off of something even when you're blocking. But the mind game with this just in general is knowing when I'm going to do this. Because here's the problem, right? What are you doing when you're meter burning and you're going for like your reversal shit? Exactly. You're not blocking. So what does that mean? That means you're susceptible to being hit. So what ends up happening is like you end up getting hit and now I put you directly into a fucking combo. You see how that works? And then on top of it, like Striker can technically aid Kung Lao with zoning. Like that, he can aid him with zoning. Like a prime example is like, I can do like, well, hold on, what's his fucking dive kick? Yeah, it's that bullshit right there. Like you could call a Striker out just like there's so I'm gonna make a separate video for this and explain it in better detail than this because I'm kind of in a rush right now. But there's a lot of shit you could do here because with Striker, this is going to annoy the opponent because even if they block Striker's overhead or his low, you're still plus on block. Now, here's the other thing. Even if you flawless block it, as you can clearly see, Striker is still leaving you significantly plus on block. Then on top of that, here's the problem. If they block the overhead, you're +6. Kung Lao's gifted with a 6-frame back one already, so it's like, depending on what they do, they could get fucked up for just doing that shit. Like, I'm not even joking. Like it can cause a problem. So, like, let's see here. Say, for example, like, you can apply pressure right off of that. Literally. You could apply pressure right off of that shit, too. Especially if they're not flawless blocking. So, like, the chip damage with that is with the... Dude, I'm telling you, man, there's so much shit you could do here with Striker and Kung Lao, bro. Like, I haven't even explained the other shit about it, man. Because I've actually labbed with this duel a little bit. So I would know, obviously. So, let's see here. What was I about to show you guys? Striker leaves him +6 on block. So this sets up what exactly? It sets up that situation right there. Because they have to deal with the stagger game. And then they have to deal with the fact that they could easily just get thrown. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more to it, but I'm gonna make a separate video for this and explain it in better detail. But you can do a lot of shit with Striker and Kung Lao, or Kung Lao and Striker. in terms of pressure. Because when people say like his mix-ups weren't that great, I agree that by himself, his mix-ups and pressure isn't really the greatest. But when he's paired up with the right cameo fighter, it changes everything. It literally changes everything. So that's just my opinion on it. But I definitely think like with Reiko though, they need to buff up his damage by like 1 or 2%.
To stuff armor/fatal with Shang.
Wait, what you say? Did you ever find a way to stuff armor/fatal or Shang? What do you mean, like? What do you mean, like stuff? What do you mean, like use Shang Tsung and then stuff the armored attempt with Shang Tsung? Is that what you're talking about? Cause trust and believe, I can find a way. I can find a way with him.
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever find a way to stuff armor/fatal with Shang?
Shang Tsung.
I could find a way with this shit.
Raiden.
Let's see here. I haven't really thought about that actually, but I'm pretty sure I could find a way very easily. Let's see here, because either one, you would have to do some kind of setup here, or two, it would have to be a hard knockdown, or it would have to be set up in a way where you can break that armor very easily. And depends on the cameo fighter that you pick too, because they could assist you with that actually. I think I have a good idea here. Darius.
Jax.
Got some black on black crime here. Also, before I get started on that, I'm curious though. I wonder if Frost is going to be the new Grand Master. And that'd be kind of crazy if Frost and Scorpion got together, man. That'd be hilarious as fuck. They'll have like a little icy hot baby. That should be funny as hell. But anyway.
Tomb of the Dragon Army.
Alright, so let me see if I can come up with something here. Where is the get up?
The only thing I could think of is Kano assist with knives and ground skull, but it doesn't always work.
Interesting. So you actually tried this with Kano. That's interesting. Wait, you tried this with Kano? Well, might as well switch to Kano then. Only makes sense. So let's see here. I'm trying to think. Armor break, armor break, armor break. So let's see here. Where's your armor at, sir? Oh, you little bitch, you're blocking. Alright. So let's see here. I think you can break the opponent's armor by yourself, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. I want to see how quick this So let's see here. I'm trying to think. I mean, that's a way to break armor, but that's too simple. Like, I don't like super simple shit like that. I like to be more creative than that. Trying to think of a combo here, because it's been a minute since I've done a combo with Shang Tsung anyway. Let me see. He has a slash here, so if I do the slash... Let me see something here.
PS5, why but both sorcerers feel weak as shit in one. They made Shang needlessly confusing with that old / young shit we.
Damn. Yeah, that comment is crazy.
I don't think Shang has a move by himself to break armor like Baraka back 3.
He might have a move. He might have a move. He just might have a move. So let me try something here. I think I just found that move, sir. Yeah, I think I just found that move. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that though. Let me see. Let me see something here, cause it's been a minute and I done forgot quite a few things with Shang Tsung. Um, let's see here. So how many hits? How many hits is this? That seems like one. So hold on. Okay, so that's just one. So maybe.
Risky foe.
Yeah, that's true. It is. Let's see here. What else does he have? Cause I don't really know. I forgot. Injection. That's a single hitting move. That's a single hitting move. Ground skull. Hold on. What? Let me see. Does he have anything in the air as the old guy? I'm kind of curious now. Fucking forgot all his shit. Down forward one. Okay. Wow, he didn't even hit him. Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to I want this combo to be a little saucy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking this move, and yeah, it's risky, but I think with Kano being there, I think that actually helps out dramatically. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that helps out dramatically because even if it's risky, the fact that Kano can throw his blades, and then on top of that, like Shang Tsung's little blade windmill spin thing or whatever, it's a bunch of mids, so they can't just simply just sit down and then just neutral crouch it and think they're just going to get away with it. It's like it's not going to happen. So it's like let's see here. And then on top of that, like as you can clearly see, like the player literally would get hit. So let's see here. What's a good? I wonder what's a good meaty for him. How active is this? It's only active for 2 frames. What other moves do you have, sir? Trying to think of something here. So I think maybe if I let's see here. Man, I haven't really thought about this. And now you got me thinking. I'm about to come up with some creative shit, man. Maybe if I let's see here. Okay, maybe if I do that then. But see, that's the problem though. Is like it's gonna be too much gravity being used, and then that's kind of like that's the dilemma. Is that it's gonna be it's gonna be so much gravity being used that it's gonna be difficult for you to even get that shit to come out, because you want to be able to set it up correctly. Damn, man, you really got me thinking about this. And then when I end the live, all of a sudden I come up with a combo. That shit's crazy as hell.
Wish they stuck with Shang's Ermac.
Wish they stuck with Shang Ermac reptile moves, since Chameleon just copy moves from the roster.
Get 100% why Shang cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. So let's see here, because you say Kano, but I'm thinking somebody else. I think that's the problem. But then again, let's see here. Where's he at? Hey, what's up, Mr. Alter Ego? What's good with you, brother? What's good with you? Let's see here. I'm trying to think of something here. It's been a minute since I did a combo with Shang Tsung, man. Shit, man. What do I want to do with you, man? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I think okay. That's where the problem's gonna be at. Yeah, that's where the problem's gonna be at. The timing. Because I think the way that I'm gonna do this is that I'm gonna set up a situation to where.
I keep getting desynchronized on Combat League.
Damn, you be getting desynchronized on Combat League? What's up with the new patch? So let's see here. If I do this, let me see.
I can break it with Kano, but I need to save Cameo meter for pressure and setups. Yeah, bro.
I can break it with Kano, but I need to save cameo meter for pressure and setups. Interesting. If that's the case, if you're trying to save it for pressure and setups, depending on what Shang Tsung has,
because mentioned it also.
Oh, Tom Brady talking about it. I'm gonna have to look on his YouTube channel and check that out because I know he be having hella intel, bro. Let's see here. Hold on. This is what I'm gonna do here, cause.
Today, thumbs up, medium light skin tone.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna try something. So, let's see here. Yeah. There we go. So I'm thinking if you end your well, hold on.
Apparently the patch busted the online play for many.
Hold on. Wait, what'd you say? I thought it was just me, but apparently the patch busted the online play for many. Damn. The moment they make a new paid Fatal, they'll probably fix the service. Laugh out loud. Everything's been decent, I guess you can say, man. I haven't fully decided if I wanted to play online anymore. I haven't decided yet because I've been looking at Tekken and shit. I haven't decided at all. Because I did make a video saying like I was going to stop playing Mortal Kombat 1. And I didn't even explain to anybody about what I was talking about. I was just mainly angry. I mainly just do combos, bro. But like, I mean, I can get back into it if I truly want to. It's just that, like, I should have told my subscribers. Yeah, I was mainly talking about the online, but I never really cleared the air on that because that's how pissed off I was. Because the online is kind of it's fucked. It's fucked. So I should have cleared the air on that, but that's my fault. That's why I kept making combo videos and shit like that. But if I decide to come back, I'll probably just drop Johnny Cage until they nerf him, because I definitely think he needs to be nerfed. That's just my opinion, but anyway. MK1 online just seems dumb as fuck. Allow cameo hat plus overhead, and you basically clearing everything. Yeah, that's basically what it sums up to. How'd you know? Let's see here. Let's see here. I want to do some crazy shit, man. Oh, yo, let's get it, baby. Nah, I haven't seen Sub-Zero's Vortex. I haven't actually seen. Yeah, I kind of figured you was gonna say that. I said it in the back of my mind, dude. I said it in the back of my mind. I was like, I said Lao. Why'd she say Kung Lao? He said Kung Lao. I obviously I knew Kung Lao was coming. I knew that was coming. Let's see here, man. I want to do some crazy shit.
After this new patch, cameos rolled and made more sense in Injustice since superheroes are known for having sidekicks. Lol, yup.
Known for having sidekicks. Damn. So I think, as far as breaking armor, I'm just gonna do like a little combo that just randomly popped up out of my head, and I'll see if I can show you what I'm talking about. So basically, I'm gonna pop them up, and then I'm gonna do this. And as you can clearly see right there, right? You see what I just did? You see what I just did right there? And I am actually in the form of Raiden. Now, obviously, that move consumed... How many bars a meter did that consume? 2 bars a meter? So, basically, I can possibly create a hard-to-blockable situation. But not only that, I could potentially break Raiden's armor. Or break armor just with this in general. I know you said Kano, but I was kind of curious about this duo right here. And I think I figured it out, but hold on. Let's see here. So I gotta figure out what button it was. Yeah, I think I gotta get close up. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Yeah, okay. Yo, the buffer is annoying. Almost had that bitch. You know what? Let's keep it simple for now. So, the problem with Raiden, though, is that because he flies in the air, you would have to set this up differently. Because when he flies in the air, he's getting hit by the overhead, right? So his hurt box is no longer on the ground, it's in the air. So the low attack is not going to work. So that's where this becomes a problem. I remember thinking cameos might need a bit of extended. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you pretty much nailed it right there. So let's see here, man. Let me do a different character to clear this up, because you would have to set this up differently against Raiden. I know that for a fact. So let's see here. Who am I gonna use for this example here, man?
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
Darius. Kung Lao. The Tea House.
Man, that don't sound too bad, man. Some tea. Hey, I'm I wonder if there's a way that we can. Hey, hold up? I got a question for y'all. Do they got King of the Hill in here, man? Cause I was gonna. I'm liking Raiden and Lee May for sure. I mean, them. Hold up. What'd you say, home? He said I'm liking Raiden and Lee May for sure. I mean them. Daddy Dab has the best May, in my opinion. I have no idea who that is, but I have no doubt that he does. All right, so I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna make it quick, real quick. mk1 announcer was Pete. Yeah, that was the shit, wasn't it? Okay, so how am I gonna do this? Because I gotta get the timing right for this. Let's see here. Hold on, what was your string again? Yeah, I keep forgetting these strings, bro. 44121. Okay, 44121. Okay. All right. Okay, I was too slow that time. Motherfucker. Yo, why isn't it not coming out? So when I do that, right? When I do that, ooh.
No one uses Shujinko. Hello.
Yo, Shujinko though is hella underrated. I've done quite a few combos with that character, and I'm telling you right now, he's really underrated. Like I think he's really underrated. As a matter of fact, I might just pick up. Because I'm going to pick up a different character rather than Johnny Cage. It's just that I don't know who I should use. Because there's things that Shujinko can do for you that is dramatically underrated, dude. Like he's ridiculously underrated. And that ain't no cap. He's underrated. Like people sleeping on that character, man. But it is what it is. So let's see here. Is he doing the slide? All right. So let's see here.
Pick up Shao smoking face.
Bro, pick up Shao. Hey yo, I thought about picking up Shao. Most just right, tier list all day though. Laugh aloud for mains and cameos. Yeah, people tend to do that. It's a pattern. Like, I remember seeing a video by Sonic Fox, and I remember him talking about how he was gonna pick up a certain character, and then everybody wanted to pick up their character. So, let's see here. So, you can do a hard to blockable situation like that.
How did you feel about seeing the combat kids die in the story?
Takeda, I didn't. Takeda, I don't know. Takeda dying, I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about that. But when it came to the other ones, I did not give. As a matter of fact, what we doing? What we doing? Let's watch it again. We're gonna watch it again as a family. We're gonna watch it again as a family up in this bitch. Let's watch it again. Fuck it. We're gonna do it again.
Stupid AF that every character has the same line for it. You can select Johnny and he'll say, with pleasure, lol.
I don't know why somebody didn't just kick Shang Tsung right in his head. I don't understand that. Everybody's sitting here protecting this hourglass, and it's like he's right there. Just beat his ass.
This isn't over, Liu Kang.
My boy did nothing wrong, relieved face.
Thank you, everyone, for your aid. This battle was won together.
Shang Tsung is
Yes.
gone. But he's
Talk
not
to Shai.
He will be back to renew his campaign.
Not
Come
only
on.
against this timeline, but against all timelines.
Asterisk yo.
Our choice is clear. We must take the fight to him. Destroy any power he has to make war against us.
Yo, Raiden's voice sounds
Agreed.
weird as fuck, bro.
Shang Tsung is likely already gathering allies as I gathered you. We must best his efforts. Assemble an overwhelming army from across all timelines.
Yo, I'm not gonna cap. This story mode was hella confusing. I ain't gonna lie, this part was cold though when he pulled up with all them niggas though. But hey, look, this shit was weird, bro. this story mode was weird as hell. It was all over the place.
The ending was when it got stupid. They
Look
said
at this shit
it's a
here.
Brand new story, but it's literally a sequel.
Got the female cage in this bitch. I ain't gonna lie, this part was kind of cold. I ain't gonna lie. This part was kind of cold. And then they tell you to pick your character. I picked Astra, but I'm gonna pick Johnny Cage.
FR, the last couple chapters were very off-putting lol.
You telling me, bro, that it was very off-putting. I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know whether to be happy, excited, or what. There was so many Mortal Kombat references from past MK games, it wasn't even funny.
There is nowhere to run, Shang Tsung.
Good version, Quan and Chang is the goofiest shit ever. They should have domed Liu across the head.
All timelines of your evil. The threat you pose to them ends today.
Such certainty, Liu Kang, that this battle will end in your favor.
It
Let's
can end
see.
no other way.
Let's see.
Across all timelines, the arc of history bends toward justice.
Does it? In this timeline, it bends toward me.
I don't really agree with Shang Tsung being a pre-order character, though. I don't agree with that.
Zesty as hell in this game.
He said he was zesty. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? He was zesty as hell.
Villains got a bit of 32 ad.
And it begins. It begins. Here we go, baby. Y'all, there's bodies flying everywhere. Yo, he eliminated Shao that easy. Yo, he popped that nigga in the neck.
I'll write you out of the narrative.
Fight.
You know what's crazy? I wonder if you unlock this skin. Bitch, that's how you do a shadow kick. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do combos and stuff like that if you guys want to learn. I don't know if they have King of the Hill where I can teach you guys that shit though.
Fight.
Wait, I got Liu Kang? Okay, Dragon's Tail, low fire dragon, so hold on. Ooh, okay. So let me see if I'm gonna try and come up with something. Come on, bitch.
This really shows mk1 could have had a create a character option.
Yeah. Alright, let me see if I can come up with something here. Okay, you need to relax. Oh, damn, I didn't even have it. No. Okay. I don't have enough time. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough time. Their healths are dying. Their health is just terrible, bro. Yo, he hooked the hell out of that dude. Ew!
It's a bad call to battle a megastar.
Fight.
Oh my god. What is that? Oh, you little bitch. Anyway. Like, I'm not gonna cap, the combat was pretty good, but it was like the story was just weird.
Killed by a megastar.
Fight.
Johnny. Yo, what was that move? You little bitch. Interesting. Oh yeah, this fucking part right here. I ain't gonna cap. This part was actually kind of funny. All them Johnnies coming out of nowhere. Hey, beating his ass. Damn.
I really wanna get better at Shang Ground Skull Juggle combo, but for some reason the inputs just don't wanna come out and I'm not even mashy.
What is your Oh, that was what the hell? Like, what are your controls? Like, do you have button release check and all that extra stuff? Like, I can show you guys how to combo. Oh wait, here come the combat kids. They about to die, boy.
Allow me.
Yeah, that's right. She need to get revenge, bro. Fuck that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now that's a wrap.
You're welcome. Now hurry. There's no time to waste.
You'll be felled by burning blades.
Fight.
I have button check off and normal input release.
Normal input release? Okay. For certain characters, like a prime example for Johnny, like when you go into his stuff, like if you look at mine, I have this off, I have this off, and I have this on. It says special moves require less directional precision. The reason why I use this for Johnny Cage is because it makes it easier for you to cancel a lot better, because if you turn this off, you're gonna have a harder time doing his combos. So yeah. A Kung Lao Raiden.
It's just the far skull that won't come out sometimes.
It's just the fire skull won't come out sometimes. What the hell? Interesting. Here we go.
mk1.
Yeesh! The combat is cool, man, but it's just
Test your might.
One really
test your might.
main villain only to release with 105 less hits than Shane rolled.
Yeah. Harsh reality of it, man.
Feeling for this DDF1, but I think the PS5 DPI is sensitive compared to the PS4.
Yeah.
Hurry, Johnny. You are almost there.
You ready? It's time to get caged.
Fight.
I'm gonna teach you guys how to combo. That's for sure, though.
Fight.
I'm trying to speed this bitch up.
further, Johnny. Follow me. Your defenses have failed, Shang Tsung. This is over.
I do
This
not
is
think
over.
so.
Realize, sorcerer, that you've brought this on yourself. Avarice and ego have again proved your undoing. We have no choice but to eradicate you.
It is you who will be eradicated. You and your followers. And once you are dead, all timelines will be mine.
This feels like a superhero movie NGL.
This man said feel like a superhero movie. Watch out, Liu Kang. This is reminding me of the Deadly Alliance. Liu Kang whooping that ass, boy. He in that ass. The combat is good, bro, but it's the story just don't make no sense.
Your position is precarious. To survive, you must submit.
Yes. The question you must ask is, if Liu Kang couldn't finish us, how possibly could you?
Fight.
Great to see you back on mk1.
Likewise, my brother.
It's so funny how they said that, so goofy.
Oh, he ducked it, he ducked it, he ducked it. Oh, you ain't ducked that one, though. You ain't ducked that one. You ain't ducked that one, though.
And they
You ain't
call
duck it.
me the chosen one.
Also the name of my biggest box office smash. Let's do this.
You have done more than enough. Please permit me to end this.
They up out of here.
May that be the last we see of you.
He got him up out of here. He got him up out of
That's
there.
not good.
Timeline. Without Shang Tsung to hold it together, it's falling apart. You must return to your timeline before this one
I heard there's a story DLC soon and also Nagato might be coming back.
Yo, it'd be so good to see Mavado, though.
Thank you for your aid, Johnny. May we one day meet again.
I ain't gonna lie, man. The graphics and like the artwork and stuff, it's just and the fighting is just really good, man.
Here are money. I mean, look at this. Don't the rainbow colors on these mountains just scream Outworld?
I cannot believe you'll be telling our story about how we defeated Shang Tsung.
Well, the studio thinks it's fiction, not fact. But I don't care, as long as it's covering the budget.
I assume you'll be the star.
Nope, I'm behind the camera, writing and directing. Time to let someone younger and prettier take the lead. You know, I've written in parts for all of you, if you want them.
Us? On screen?
I mean, they're cameos. But like they say, there are no small parts.
Thank you, Johnny. But we must decline.
But Raiden...
The new initiates arrive tomorrow.
Alright, that's enough of this bullshit. Alright, so... Let's see here. I think I'm gonna teach you guys how to combo. I don't think they have I don't think they have King of the Hill or anything to where I can get you guys in here so I can teach you guys personally how to do it. That's where the problem's coming in at. But we about to do this shit right here, boy. We about to do it. All right.
They have King of the Hill.
They do? Wait a minute now. Hold up now. Is it the tournament one? Fight a human opponent locally with the tournament settings enabled. Hold on. Combat League. Alright, so Combat League. Oh shit, there it is. There it is.
Online and then private.
Online and then private, huh? I'm gonna have to teach you guys how to combo. I'm gonna teach you guys how to actually combo and stuff like that. You know, I started comboing since I was a kid. I started comboing in Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah. It says player list. It says time remaining. Okay. Did I make one? It says profile. Hold on. Yeah, I fucking suck at this shit. Hold on. Let me redo this bullshit. I'm gonna teach you guys how to combo in this bitch. I just gotta hold on, cause my damn controller. All right, so.
When you invite players.
All right, cool. I wonder if you guys can just join. Normal lobby, Forever King. Hold on, it says the host stays and faces the next opponent in line whether they win or lose. The winner stays and faces the opponent in line. Alright. I wonder if you guys can just join. I don't know how many players can join, but I'm gonna teach you guys how to combo in this bitch. Oh no. Wait, oh damn, so I gotta invite y'all? That's lame as hell. I remember the other Mortal Kombat games you could just join. That mean I gotta invite y'all, man. What the hell? Maybe I did it wrong. I'm a fucking rookie at this shit. Alright, so they do have this bullshit. So I would have to invite y'all instead. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Cause I'll have to get y'all gamer tags and stuff like that, or at least a few of you guys, and then I'd have to show y'all what y'all own character.
Didn't return, she was the lamest.
That man cold-blooded for saying that about Citron. Shit, I need to get some damn water. All right, so I'm gonna teach y'all the basics first, and then I think I'll just make a few more videos where it gets gradually more advanced, and then I think I'll do like some King of the Hill shit so I can show y'all with y'all own character and stuff like that. So let's see here.
Either way, I'm grateful for the knowledge you sharing.
Okay, bet. That works too. Okay, so I think we'll go with
is the gamer tag. I play Shang's Town.
Okay. All right, bet. All right, I'll do the private King of the Hill or practice later with you guys. I'm gonna just show you guys the basics first. Of starting up a combo. Now, obviously, the first thing you actually want to learn in a fighting game is the mechanics itself first. That's the first thing that's really important. And then you want to learn your character and the character's archetype. You want to learn what your playstyle is, whether or not that character matches up to your playstyle and all this shit, you know, and then you want to learn the combos with your character, right? But I like to call this the 4-layer burrito. You understand what I'm saying? So you guys are going to understand what I'm saying later on, right? So we're going to go with Raiden. We got to go with the training partner. And we'll go with
Scorpion, Sub-Zero.
And then we'll go here.
Wuxi Academy.
Wuxi Academy. All right. So let me turn this bullshit off. All right. All right, cool. So I call this the 4-layer burrito. And this is the reason why I call it that. Other people may call it the 4-layer cake, whatever the hell they want to call it. I just call it the 4-layer burrito because it sounds funny to me. All right. So, number 1, right? Hopefully you guys are paying attention. Number 1, you have your meterless combos. Number 2, you have your cameo meterless combos. Number 3, you have your meter burn combos. And then number 4, you have your meter burn / cameo combos, right? So that's the 4-layer burrito. That's the formula that I tend to follow just in general. Now, obviously, if there was no cameos in this game, it would just be a 3-layer burrito where you got your meterless combos, you got your meter burn combos, and you got like the maxed out full throttle optimal type combos, right? Now, obviously, when you're playing competitively, you know, spending your resources wisely and understanding why you're doing this and doing that is obviously very important. But for me, I just make combo videos because I like the art of comboing and I enjoy it a lot. It entertains me. You guys seem to like it and it's cool. It's great. Everybody's having a great time, right? But if I'm playing competitively, there is certain combos and certain combo videos that I have that I will not use because it's a waste of resources and it's not a smart call to make, not unless it's going to actually kill the opponent. I'm just showing you that that character can do this with these characters, right? Prime example is the newest video that I released not too long ago, probably a few hours ago, Quan Chi combo video. Even though I could have done more combos with him, I just wanted to show you guys a good idea of how he actually is. Now, let's talk about the 4-layer burrito in this game. Let's start with meterless combos, right? Meterless combos, and keep in mind, you need to have some level of an active imagination, and you need to understand that there's a lot of gravity that can be used up very easily. Another important note is that even if you imagine a combo happening and then you time it and you do it correctly and stuff like that, you might have to restructure that combo in order for it to actually work, right? So let's start with meterless combos, right? So what you actually want to do, right, is you want to look at your character's move list. You want to go from the normals to the special moves. You want to look at the combo strings actually after the normals. Then after the combo strings, you want to look into the special moves and see if the player has anything or the character has anything meterless that you can actually use in your meterless combos and stuff like that, right? Now, obviously, you want to look for certain normals, certain combo strings that can allow you to extend your combo even further. But then on top of that, there might be certain special moves where you can extend your combo even further. Now, there are certain special moves that every character has access to where it is a combo ender. But not only that, there are certain normals and certain combo strings where it is a combo ender. So what I'm going to do for you guys is that I'm going to show you this with Raiden. All right, so we're going to look at every last one of his combo strings. So I'm going to tag every last one of them, right? And we're gonna look at them, and then we're gonna tag the shit, or at least I'm gonna retag it. I don't know why I said we, as if you guys are in here with me or some shit. All right, so these are all of his main combo strings, right? So we're gonna look at this shit. So we got 1, 2, 3. So as you can clearly see, it pops the opponent up, but it knocks them far away. Now, because this is Mortal Kombat 1, it is very possible for you to use a cameo fighter, because as you can clearly see, you know, you can cancel and stuff like that. Even when a move says NA and it looks like the move that Raiden has right here, which is his microburst, and it says NA, which is non-applicable, you can still use a cameo fighter for that shit, right? So, like, as you can clearly see, right, like, I'm trying to go for, like, Raiden's electric fly, and the shit's not working. However, I can do that with Scorpion and then extend my combo even further, right? But we're not looking at the cameo shit just yet. We're just looking at what can Raiden do by himself as a character. What can he do by himself where he doesn't need any resources, where he doesn't need any cameo fighter whatsoever to do the shit that he's doing, right? So now we're gonna leave that alone, right? So now we have 2 4 2 1. So let's see here. Okay. It's a knockdown. Doesn't seem like I can necessarily follow up with something, because you would have to look at Raiden's special moves to see if that's even possible. But more than likely, you would have to spend up our meter, right? So what we'll do here is that we'll leave that alone, right? Now we have 4 2 1. That knocks the opponent away. Okay, that's not something that I particularly want to look at right now if I'm trying to do meterless combos with Raiden. And obviously, you need to have some type of muscle memory, and you need to get used to playing with the character as well and understanding the character's archetype. That can actually enhance your chances of going for better combos, especially if you have a good active imagination, on a higher level, of course. So then we have 4 2 2 4, which can be canceled. Okay, that's cool, right? But it doesn't seem like I can just really follow up with anything completely by myself. It seems like I would have to resort to a cameo, right? Okay, but it is evident that I can actually cancel this and I can get a combo from it. Just keep that in mind, right? Now, let's look at his forward 4-3-4, right? So this briefly launches the opponent up, right? And once again, cameo comes to save the day, right? So we have 2 combo strings left, which is his little shock, his double strike. So his 3-4, okay, that's a meterless pop-up, so we can definitely use that for a combo. Then we have his advancing 4-3-4, which is also another meterless pop-up. Okay, cool. So we're going to keep those tagged. Now, we need to look at his special moves and see exactly what we can do here. So he has this orb move, and as you can clearly see... Okay. So you could do something with that, but it's not going to work out the way you think it's going to work out. Razzle Dazzle, let's see that. Okay, meter burn. That's basically a combo ender. So this is a combo ender. When you meter burn this move right here, that's a combo ender. That's literally a combo ender. Okay. Then we have the classic Superman fly. That's literally a combo ender. If I meter burn it, that's a combo ender. Now, obviously, if you have more of an active imagination, you're going to start experimenting with things, which I've actually done in a combo video with Raiden and Scorpion, where I went for his electric fly move and I was able to get a combo afterwards. So that's the more advanced shit. But you need to get some level of experience so that way you'll be able to do this effectively, right? So, let's see here. He can do it in the air. Then we have electromagnetic storm. Okay, so very bare bones. Nothing too crazy here. If he meter burns it, and then he presses the X button, there's a pop-up situation there. Then he has access to this teleport. If he meter burns it, if he fucking does it, I don't know why he's not doing it. Okay, so it pops the opponent up into the air for a combo, right? Now, we have 2 combo strings here that we can use for a meterless combo, right? So obviously, natural reaction is possibly get a jump in. You might even be able to get a punish with this, or say, for example, you hit the opponent with nothing but just the overhead. You want to figure out what you can do off of this, right? Like, as far as meterlessly popping the opponent up into the air. Now, there are certain normals and combo strings where it's a good enough stagger to where your character will recover quick enough. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I'll use that. See what I'm saying? Like a normal like that, right? A normal like that where like you can go into a normal or you can go into a combo string and then go into something completely afterwards. That's something that you want to test out and experiment with and look at when you're trying to do combos just in general, because you could definitely go for some really cool optimal combos. You can do some really cool stuff with this. So like for Raiden, right? There's also timing with your combos and good execution. That's another thing. That's something that you're going to have to get down pat, because you're going to get a good feel for this, because you're going to notice that the window gets shorter and shorter for you to input something. So you have to get precise timing, especially when you're using a lot of gravity, and that's actually really important. So like I said, the first thing you want to do with your character is look at what is a meterless pop-up for your character. So like if I go to like Kung Lao, right? If I go to Kung Lao, I'll switch over to Kung Lao, right? His back to 4 is his main meterless pop-up. That's literally his main meterless pop-up, right? Which ultimately allows him to go into like some form of a combo, right? Also, you want to look at the character's aerial moves, because some characters get like this bounce back type of thing going on with them. Prime example is like Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero can he can bounce back, like he can bounce you back up into the air, and you can extend your combo off of that. So like,
Sub-Zero.
And Scorpion's also another character can do this as well. Certain characters are gifted with this, and certain characters don't have it, and there's a reason why they don't have it, right? So if we look at Sub-Zero, Sub-Zero's main meterless pop-up is his back 2. It's literally his back 2. Like, literally. So, if I do his 2-1, right, or not his 2-1, but his 1-2, you see that? So, what is his combo enders? One of them is obvious. Well, his main one, obviously, is this one. So there's layers to it. Like I would rather show you guys like not in person, but like live, to where like I'm showing you like what your own character, what you have. It's easier for me to do it that way, because I want you guys to be able to learn it as I'm showing you it.
Have you ever thought about doing face cam videos?
Have I ever thought about doing face cam videos? Not really. Like I've never really thought about it. Really. Like I just be chilling, bro. Like I literally just be chilling. I'm a ghost in this bitch. I'm a ghost in this bitch, boy. But I haven't really thought about it. I really haven't thought about it. Damn. So, let's see here. So Sub-Zero has like this, also, every character is different, right? I think that this is important too. Every character is different in their own way. Now, some people believe that you can't get Sub-Zero's clone mid-screen, when technically you actually can. But the timing is just very strict, bro. Like it's very strict. Like it has a lot to do with you going for this forward 1. And I've experimented with it, and I'm telling you right now, it is not easy to time. The timing on this is incredibly difficult. So, I was practicing this, like, literally for a couple hours. Yeah, right there. You see how I hit him right there? I have to get the timing right, though. So, you can freeze the opponent, because I've seen people where they try to do, like, they try to freeze the opponent like this, and it was like, well, I can't freeze him this way, I can't freeze him that way, but I don't think they really were labbing like that. Because if I can get the timing right for his forward 1, like, I would literally show you guys that you can actually do this. But this is going to be a lot harder to show, because the timing on this is very strict. And if I could get it one time, that'll be perfect. That's all I need is one time. But you have to make it to where the opponent is getting hit by, like, how should I put it? See how his forward 1 is? You want them to get hit by, like the back part of his body, because his hurt box, or his hitbox extends back there as well. So you want them to get hit by that part, so that way you can go into the clone. Because it's hard for me to show you guys. I would have to try and make a combo video with this, because I was gonna do a combo video with Sub-Zero, but I never thought about it. But it's not easy to do because the timing is very strict. So if I can just find that window, bro, I'll be straight. But this is gonna take me forever to do. Like, you guys are gonna see me doing this shit forever, bro. I'm not even joking. See that? Did you see what I just did there? Y'all see what I just did there? Did y'all see that? You see how like he
Rub your inputs or press them.
It's better to rub your inputs or press them. Certain inputs are gonna require you to rub, and then certain other inputs are gonna require you to press them. Especially when you're timing things, because if you're just rubbing shit, you're just mashing buttons together, and the game can't register that because you're kind of rubbing the inputs, and you're doing it probably too fast. So there's times where you can do that together. Like a prime example is like Sub-Zero when he goes for like his 2-1 into his down forward 4. You can rub those together very easily, very easily, right? Like you could do this, and that's a good time to like rub buttons together. But like as far as like timing shit, like you see what I'm saying? Like that type of shit right there, you have to press it. Like you have to get the timing right and just press it. Like that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? So let's see here. I really want to show you guys this because I know it works, but this is gonna be hard, bro. This is gonna be really hard. Damn, bro. I almost had it. I'm really trying to get this shit for you guys, because he can do it mid-screen. It's just that I don't know why they made it to where, like, he can't really freeze you mid-screen like that. It's kind of strange what they did, because he was always able to freeze you. But now they just changed it, and it's like, it's so weird, you know? How active is this move? That's probably what my problem is. Active for 3 frames. Okay, so it's active for 3 frames. So if it's active for 3 frames, then I would probably have to do this somewhere around there. Yeah, I would have to do it probably just as his body, because if it's only active for 3 frames, it's not really active. It's not that active. I told you! I told you! I told you! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Look at him! He frozen! I told you! I told you he could freeze you mid-screen. I told you he could freeze you mid-screen. People ain't laughing like that, bro. They not laughing like that, bro. I told you he could freeze you mid-screen. I had to look at his active frames to determine that. The actual timing for that. That's how much of a nerd I am, bro. Yo. Yo, I remember seeing some videos on YouTube where it was like, yo, I seen this dude, it was on a YouTube short, and he was like talking about like, see, nope, can't go into this. Nope, can't go into this. I'm like, bro, you're not looking hard enough, man. You're not looking hard enough. I told you he could do it mid-screen, bro. I knew he could do it mid-screen. I'm like, dude, the timing may be kind of weird, but, bruh, I knew he could fucking do it, bro. I knew I wasn't tripping, cause I was like, wait a minute, y'all, cause I remember seeing people talk about like how he couldn't do his clone mid-screen, and in my mind I was just like, I don't think y'all. How do you stop Liu Kang's forward 4-3 string when people spam it? Because I try to poke back, but I still get hit. What character are you using when you're going against Liu Kang? And you said, what string was that? Forward 4-3. So hopefully you guys learned something. Not with just the combos itself, but you learned that you can actually go for Sub-Zero's clone mid-screen. I thought about picking up Sub-Zero. Because he has something very interesting that Omni-Man has. Shang or Reptile. We'll start with Shang soon, and all right. So I guess it doesn't matter with Cameo.
Living forest.
What was it? His forward 4 3-string. So hopefully you guys learned something there that you can actually go for Sub-Zero's clone mid-screen. You just have to get used to the timing. Hey, Shang. Alright, so you said, what was it? Forward 4 3-string? When people spam it because I try to... Forward 4 3-string. Okay. Let me turn on the... Alright. Forward 4 3-string, right? Hold on, you said forward 4 3-string? Wait a minute. Because if you said forward 4 3... Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about. So, I mean... With this string, it's just like its Chinese warrior string. I just think it's a lot better in this game than it is in Mortal Kombat 11 because the speed of this move is a lot quicker than the speed of his Chinese warrior string back in Mortal Kombat 11. If you look at the difference between the two, you'll notice in Mortal Kombat 11 it's a lot slower to where it's a little bit more reactable than this one. So he has a legit stagger that's going on here. So when it comes to this, where they're like spamming it, the whole mind game off of this, especially if they're using Kung Lao, the whole mind game off of this situation is the fact that like they're trying to set up this, where they're creating this mind game with this situation right here, because it spaces him out enough to where he could potentially backdash and make you whiff. So there's a mind game with it because you don't know when he's going to do it. So like if you try to armor through, he could easily block and then just do something like that to you. But you obviously want to lab against this as well to see if there's a gap in it. And this is a true block string. Like, I can't fatal blow. I can't really do much off of this. Does he have an armored move? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, he should. Hold on. Okay, it's that move. Yeah, he has an armored move. So the whole idea behind this string is that this is a mind game. This is literally just a mind game. That's literally what you're struggling with, is the fact that you don't know when he's going to commit. Then on top of that, you don't know... I assume flawless blocking the last kick they trying to set up for it. Hold on, what'd you say? I assume flawless blocking the last kick, trying to set up... Yeah, that would be the smart decision. You'll reduce the chip. You're not going to be able to flawless block every single time. The thing about this string is that this string is significantly faster compared to his MK11 version of his string, because you would be able to react to that a lot faster than you would be able to react to this one, because he's kicking you like numerous times. So with this particular situation here, like I said, it's a mind game, and if Liu Kang is paired up with Kung Lao, the whole idea is to get pressure off of that situation. So now, they could switch to Striker. That is another thing that they could do, to where they're getting like a 50-50 situation off of this. So that's also another thing that they could possibly do. And that would be interesting, because I know for a fact that if you go for Striker's overhead option, when you go from Melina's 1-2-2, I believe it is, or 1-2, which is like a high mid overhead or a high overhead, I noticed that it's a true block string where you can't flawless block it. Well, you can flawless block it, but you can't armor through it or nothing like that. But off of this situation here, right, because I've dealt with Liu Kang players like this before, they'll use this as bait. Like, they're using this as bait, because the options that they get off of this, and I'm going to explain it, right, is like, for one, they can stagger this right here, and then the reason why they pick Kung Lao, right, let me switch over to him. So the reason why they use Kung Lao, right, is because this move is a really good stagger, right? Because then they go into that bullshit right there, right? So if it's timed correctly like that, right? like then they'll be able to get a combo off of that. So this is obviously going to piss you off, right? So then if you do let go of block, you could potentially get comboed like that. But this is just a mind game because right here, they can bait armored attempts from you very easily. So like what I'll do is like I'll do this. Oh, let's get up mode. What the hell am I doing, bro? Alright. So you can clearly see, like, you can armor through it. Now, you have to keep in mind, like, Liu Kang is not, like, he's safe, but he's not safe, like, to where he could just easily press a button. He could space you out, and he could potentially go for an Abari attempt, because, like, you're trying to go for a further reaching normal to reach the opponent to prevent them from moving, right? So that's something that you would have to worry about. But then on top of that, the mind game of him just staggering this alone, because watch what happens. See that? And all of a sudden, like, Liu Kang just blocked that attack, right? So you're minus 17 on block, so now you're susceptible for getting punished. Like, you're going to get punished for thinking that he was going to commit, because your armored move will beat out not only his little kick, but it will beat out Kung Lao's option to go for that armored move right there, right? Now, you'll see some Liu Kang players, they'll try to be slick, and they'll try to do that bullshit right there. But it doesn't work. As you can clearly see, Shang Tsung will shut that out 100% of the time anyway, right? But the problem that you're going to face is that, like, he could block that attempt. So, obviously, your natural response is to respond with some type of button press. But you also have to understand that, like, Shang Tsung can be hit, right? If you try to go for like a high, say for example, you think he's going to block because you think that he's looking for your armored attempt, right? So he ends up blocking. That's what you think in your mind. All of a sudden, you know, he neutral ducks because he reads that you think that he's going to go for the arm. He's going to, you know, he's going to block your armored attempt. So he knows that you're trying to throw him because he knows that you're trying to block, you know? I wonder if Gears is the same like Shang and Lu. Wait, what do you mean by that? Wait, hold on. What do you mean by that? So it's the stuff that you got to study, because there's a lot of layers here. So like if we look at Shang Tsung's mid, like let's look at his mid, right? So I'm gonna look at a single hitting mid that he has. Oh, flawless blocks? Like what do you mean? What do you mean like what like I wonder if Gears is the same like Shang and Lu flawless blocks. Like what do you mean, like him being able to flawless block stuff effectively, or like? So this back two is 14 frames, so that might end really badly for Shang Tsung. Let's see here. This is a mid. That's 13 frames, so that's a lot better, but the range isn't really the greatest. That's a low. That's 13 frames as well. So if Liu Kang read that you were actually going to go for like a mid, in this situation here, you possibly would have to go for a poke, because Liu Kang's Abari attempt would easily stuff this character, right? So like, say for example, and then I go for like Liu Kang's standing one, like his 1-2, right? His standing one is 6 frames and he's -4 on block. So if you do 6 plus -4 and you add the minus frames to the next startup time of the next normal that you decide to use, that'll be 7, 8, 9, 10. So Liu Kang's standing one will no longer be 6 frames on startup. It'll come out at 10 frames, which means that he would actually be 3 or 4 frames faster, depending on what normal you actually use. He would be those frames faster than your normal. So like if he was to do this and then immediately go into that string, which requires timing, by the way. Like if the opponent's mashing, it's probably not going to work. But you'll see what I'm talking about soon enough. So if I try to do this here, right? See how I went for like Shang Tsung's back 2? So as you can clearly see, Shang Tsung's back 2 is 14 frames. Liu Kang's standing 1 is no longer 6 frames. It's actually coming out at 10 frames. So Liu Kang is 4 frames faster than Shang Tsung, right? So as you can clearly see, it's acting as a counter, and this is not good. If I go for Shang Tsung's forward 4, Liu Kang is still beating me out because he's 3 frames faster because my forward 4 is literally 13 frames. You see what's happening here? So this is kind of the dilemma that you're going to have to play with just in general. Now, one thing you can do, you can create new neutral ground and make him whiff. The problem with that, though, is like him committing into the last hit, or him stopping right there and creating new neutral ground, or he might advance forwards. Just in general, when you walk backwards. So, like, let's see here. Hopefully I got that. See that? See how, like, I walk backwards? What are you doing when you're walking? Exactly. You're not blocking, right? So, like, as you can clearly see, I'm walking backwards thinking he's going to whiff the 1-2, and then he ends up hitting me with the forward 4 again. However, the problem with that, though, is that his forward 4 is like 12 frames of startup, and he's -4. So if that's the case, if you do 12 plus -4, you add the minus frames to the next startup time of the next number that you decide to use. That'll come out at 13, 14, 15, 16. So he would actually have a 16 frame forward 4 if he was to do something like that, right? Now, here's the other thing to keep in mind. If he was to go for that high, you could neutral duck, but the problem with that, though, is that not only is his Chinese warrior string stopping you from walking backwards regularly, but it could also stop you from neutral ducking. You understand what I'm saying? So this is kind of a dilemma that you're facing. So there's a lot of layers here that I could show you, but it's mainly just a mind game that you're just going to have to get used to just in general, because that's one of his best combo strings that he has access to. Of course, he has other combo strings that are pretty good as well, but that's definitely one of his best combo strings because of the mind game that he's actually getting. And when he has Kung Lao there, it allows him to get some form of pressure. Now, obviously, because Liu Kang has really good zoning and stuff like that, he doesn't necessarily need help with zoning whatsoever. Now, if I was to use Liu Kang, right, I would actually be a scumbag, and I would actually pick Striker, right? So I'm going to pick Striker real quick, because I'm actually kind of curious about him. The reason why I would pick Striker is because this would actually give Liu Kang not only more than likely guaranteed pressure and a very annoying mind game, but this would actually give him pressure. This would actually give him mix-ups and stuff like that, right? So like what I'll do is like I'll have Liu Kang go for the Dancing Dragon or whatever, Enhanced Dancing Dragon, which has armor on it, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So that has armor on it, right? So right there, as you can clearly see, nothing's working. Nothing's working. So this benefits Liu Kang dramatically, and the reason why this benefits Liu Kang dramatically is mainly because of the fact that even if you block correctly, he's actually getting pressure off of this situation, which can cause a serious dilemma for the player, right? But then on top of that, you still have to deal with a mix-up. Now, you have the ability to armor, but the question is when is Liu Kang actually going to call out Striker? That's something that you're going to have to worry about, right? Same thing with Kung Lao, just in general. So I could actually do this, and I can actually combo you for that. You see that? And then you'll actually get your shit fucked up. Then on top of that, like, you're going to think I'm going to go for that move, and as you can clearly see, that's what happens. Now, what are you doing when you're going for the armored move? Exactly. You're not blocking. So what does that mean? That means you're susceptible to being hit. So that means like I could literally just sit here and I could actually hit you because you let go of block. And I could actually get a combo on you. I could literally spin a bar and get a combo on you. Or I could possibly use Striker, restand you, and then follow up with more pressure just in general. And create a mind game off of that. And then on top of it, you still have to deal with the fact that like I could still throw you as well. You may not get the Kung Lao little throw combo or whatever, but it doesn't matter because Liu Kang is doing pretty good damage just in general. And then Striker, he gives you like 12%, I believe? No, 11%. It was the other character I was thinking about. So either way, like you kind of see like what's going on here with Liu Kang. But at the end of the day, Liu Kang's Chinese warrior string is literally a mind game, and when he's paired up with certain cameo fighters, especially if you're trying to give him better mix-up opportunities with actual guaranteed pressure, there are certain cameo fighters that can definitely assist Liu Kang with that. So at the end of the day, bro, like it's a mind game. Like you just have to lab that shit. Like you have to lab it. Like he's -4 on block. Okay, what can he do to me when he's -4 on block? You understand what I'm saying? What can he do to me? What can I do to him in that matchup? Because there might be certain matchups to where, you know, Liu Kang might have a difficult time dealing with certain situations and stuff like that. Every matchup is different. You would just have to sit there and practice and learn and learn and learn. And that's just how it is, I guess. However, I do not like the idea that you can flawless block a cameo's attack and they still leave you significantly plus on block. I just don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense. But see, even if you were able to make someone minus on block to where you can punish them for that, or like you can make them minus enough to where their turn is technically over, you still would have to deal with the mind game of being thrown. So that would be a lot to deal with, but at least you have a defensive way to stop the opponent from being plus on block. Because I don't understand how like you can flawless block something that a cameo fighter does and they're still leaving you significantly plus on block. That's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, bro, like I said, it's just a mind game. Like you literally are just gonna have to sit there and lab extensively with this. And of course, armoring is a good idea if you know for a fact that the Liu Kang player is gonna do what he's gonna do. You might be able to interrupt it with like a 6-frame poke, depending on the character. Though I haven't really tested that one out, but like I said, it's a mind game. You just have to adapt to it. You have to learn it. You have to understand the combo string on a higher level so that way you have a good understanding as to why most Liu Kang players abuse that string. There's a reason why they abuse that string. Because it's a powerful mind game. And if you don't understand that, then, you know, you get the idea. But hopefully I can do like private practice sessions with you guys and stuff like that, man. Like the practice session and the King of the Hill shit, so I can teach you guys some more shit about combos. I might make a separate video for that or whatever the case may be, but I haven't decided if I was going to get back online or not. If I do, I was looking at Shao Kahn or General Shao. I was also looking at Sub-Zero and possibly Reptile. I haven't really decided yet. Hopefully they do nerf Johnny Cage though, but hopefully they don't nerf him to where, like,
you can challenge them like with their moves.
Wait, what'd you say? What do you mean? What do people mean by you can challenge them like with other moves? Well, from the way that you type this, I can only assume that you're saying like you can challenge them. Hold on, what do people mean by you can challenge them like with their moves? I don't think I understand that. The way you typed it, it's kind of hard for me to understand that. But I think I get a good idea of what you're trying to say. How should I put it? Because if it's what I think you're trying to say, you can definitely challenge. How should I put it? Let me read this again. What do people mean by you can challenge them like with their moves? Like with their moves. Well, there's a few things that you can actually do to challenge their moves, if that's what you're saying. Like, if you're saying you can challenge their moves like their normals and special moves and stuff like that.
That's exactly what you're thinking.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you real quick, and then I'm going to have to get up off of this live and stuff like that, because I got some stuff I got to do. So, who should I use for this situation here? We'll use Ashura here, and we'll use a character with like a pretty good poke. We'll use Kenshi for this, right? So, if it's what I'm thinking, like you said, it's what I'm thinking, where you can challenge them like with their moves or whatever, right? at least what I'm thinking, right, is like a lot of that has to do with like even when someone's plus on block, that doesn't necessarily mean that they can just like take their turn back easily, right? Or take a whole nother turn easily. Like if I'm like +1, +2, +3 on block, yes, that's really good. But depending on how fast certain normals that I have on startup is, and if the opponent has good knowledge of that, they know for a fact I can interrupt this and interrupt that. Like you can challenge shit like that. You could literally challenge a motherfucker even though they're plus on block. Like you could literally do that, not just by armoring. You could actually go for a normal yourself. Now, another form of challenging their moves on the opposing side, if that's what you're talking about, is that you can stuff their startup time by predicting and anticipating and preemptively throwing out your normal ahead of time. So what I'll do is that I will go for Kenshi's 4-2, I think it is. Is it his 4-2 or back 2? Okay, his 4-2. His 4-2 is 14 frames, and my 4-2 is 16 frames, right? So if it's what I'm thinking, right, aside from the plus frames of what you can do with that, right, which I should show an example of that just to prove my point, which actually I will. You could also do this against their own special moves as well in the neutral, where you predict ahead of time and anticipate ahead of time, and you preemptively throw out a move ahead of time, knowing for a fact that they're going to go for that move. Just how should I put it? You know for a fact that they're going to go for that move, but you preemptively throw out a move knowing the right timing of when they're about to throw out that move, where it stuffs their attack, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So, say for example, Kenshi was to go for this 4-2, right? And I read that he was going to do that. You see that? And I know the range of my button, right? Like I know the range of my button. I can reach this nigga from like a far distance. See how I stuffed that attack? Now I'm 16 frames and he's 2 frames faster than me. The reason why mine's work is because I preemptively threw out my normal just a split second before he threw out his normal, which is ultimately going to allow Astra to get some form of a combo, right? So hopefully this is what you were talking about, because now I'm gonna show you the plus frame situation, right? So we're just gonna use Liu Kang for this situation here, right? Liu Kang has like a +3 or +2 situation, and I'm gonna show you something real quick, right? Kung Lao, and then we're gonna get Liu Kang here. So another form of challenging the opponent's moves, I guess you can say, is that even though they're plus on block, depending on what they throw out, that will determine how this fight is going to be, right? So Liu Kang has access to a 2-2 combo string that leaves him +3 on block, right? So he can move 3 frames before you can. If he was to go for like this Chinese warrior string, which I'm pretty sure they renamed it something else, the creator, internal power, double strike, whatever, right? This comes out at 12 frames, right? So if you do 12 minus +3, you're going to subtract 3 frames because you can move 3 frames before the opponent can, right? What is that? That's 11, 10, 9. So that means that his forward 4 is no longer 12 frames. It's actually coming out at 9 frames. So if you have access to a 6 frame, 7 frame, 8 frame normal, you could literally stuff this attack and challenge the opponent's button very easily. But see, this takes a lot of time and dedication that a lot of people like myself don't have enough time to, but I can give certain players like yourself that knowledge, so that way if you have the time to do it, you can definitely do it, right? So I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about, right? So +3, and then he goes for the Chinese warrior string, right? So you also want to make this as authentic as possible, and what I mean by that is like you want to make sure that you're timing these attacks correctly, whether you're on the opposing side or you're defending against this. The reason why I say that is because you want to make sure this is accurate as possible, right? So hold on. Okay, there we go. So remember, that's no longer 12 frames, that's coming out at 9 frames because he can move 3 frames before I can. So Kung Lao has access to a 7 frame standing one. He has access to 6-frame back 1, which is insanely good, and 8-frame standing 2, right? So if he does this, right, I can actually stuff that normally. You see that? And then I can go for whatever combo that I want. I can even go for an 8-frame, which is kind of ballsy to do because you're just a frame faster than he is. So if you mess up the timing on it, you could actually get beaten up for it. Like, you can get hit for it. So hopefully these are the two things that you're talking about. That's what I'm thinking. You know, but that's just my opinion of at least what you asked me. I'm pretty sure that's probably what you're talking about. But yeah, that's at least I'm hoping, because that's literally what came to mind. But takes practice and dedication and
I just didn't know how to word it correctly.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Hey, you all good, man? You all good? But yeah, this is what it is, bro. This is what it is. Those are two main things, including being able to stuff the opponent's attack in the neutral when they try to go for a special move. You could actually do that like a lot. I've done that a lot with Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 11, where I made it very difficult for the opponent to just do what they wanted to do in the neutral. And I knew what they were going to throw out before they throw it out and stuff like that. I knew about their plus frames, and I knew what normals I could use to interrupt it. But of course, they have certain things on the opposing side that can prevent me from doing this and doing that. Like, that even applies with, like, walking, right? Like, predicting where they're going to be on the screen. Like, saying, like, to yourself, you're drawing a line in front of you, like, okay, well, he's going to walk, like, right here in front of me, and I have a normal that can occupy that space. So I'm going to predict ahead of time when he's going to go there, and I'm going to preemptively throw out my normal, and I'm going to hit him. There's a lot of times where I've done that to opponents, and they would just get hit very easily when I was playing Mortal Kombat 11. But, yeah, man. But other than that, man, I'm going to end this live. Hopefully you guys, I guess, somewhat enjoyed the live. It wasn't the most entertaining live out there, but it's been a while since I've actually, like, talked or anything like that. So hopefully this made up for it. I haven't really decided if I was going to play online again. Because when I made that video, I didn't really clear up the air on that. Hold on. Let's see here. What can you press if you're +1 on block? Because Shang Tsung's 2/4 string while he's old leaves you +1 on block. Alright, I'll look at that real quick. What was it again? 2/4 when he's old? I'm an old nigga now. Alright, you said 2/4. So let me... You said 2/4, right? Okay. +1. Okay, cool. So that gives him access to a low, so there could be a mix-up with the right cameo fighter. Not unless he has an access to an overhead. So, old form, 2/4. So that's all he gets is 2/4. Can he cancel off of that? Oh, he can actually... Okay, so he can get a combo off of that. I didn't think he could, because old form off of his 2/4. Oh, okay, I was looking at the wrong shit. So he can cancel off of that and then get a combo. He can actually get a combo for that. Ain't that about a bitch? I'm kind of curious. Does he have a further version than that? I'm wondering if he has a further skull version than that. Where's it at? Ground skull. Far ground skull. Okay. Interesting. So that knocks him away. Okay, so that's the forward one. I was trying to get it right. Yeah, that's gonna take a minute. That's gonna take a minute because I fucked up on that one. But interesting. I think with the right fighter, he could do some shit with this. Yeah, yeah, I already know. I'm trying to figure out which one brought him back. Okay, so it was the middle one. Oh, hold on, I fucked up. Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right, so let's see what's going on. 2-4 leaves him plus on block. Standing 2 leaves him 0 on block. So that seems like a decent stagger. Probably, I can probably grab you off of that. So he's only plus 1 on block. So I need to look at his. Does he have a true mid in this variation of himself? That's the question that I have. So I think the only true mid he has is this one, 13 frames. So he's 13 frames on startup. So if he's plus 1 on block, you shred off 1 frame since he can move 1 frame before the opponent can. So then that would mean that it would come out at 12 frames. So the opponent still would have access to a 6, 7 frame, 8, hell, even an 11 frame normal to where they could easily just stuff this attack. So he can't just go for this mid for free. He would have to earn the respect of the player in order for him to actually go for that mid. That's where the dilemma actually comes into play. However, the problem that the player is going to face is the fact that he has the ability to actually cancel this move. So that's where the player is going to have to deal with. So off of this plus 1 situation, he has some options here. He more than likely would have to resort to poking. That's just the harsh reality of it. That means that his low poke would actually come out at 9 frames. This is -9 on block. This would come out at 8 frames. This is -8 on block, even though it's 7 frames on startup. This would actually come out at 6 frames. So he would have a 6 frame poke. So Liu Kang, the Liu Kang player would have to worry about that though. So if you think that the opponent's going to disrespect, you can check them with a down 1. However, it is kind of risky because he is -8. But then again, he can't really be punished, not unless he gets punished with a down 1, which is obviously something that you don't want. So it's kind of a gamble. So I'm actually kind of curious. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Okay. So I think that's a way of protecting himself from getting punished, because the opponent's going to feed into that temptation, but they would have to deal with the fact that he can cancel into that. Because I'm mashing the down 1, which is actually 7 frames on startup. Yeah, that's 7 frames on startup. What about Liu Kang standing 1? Hold on. Right there, I was able to hit him, but the trade is not in Liu Kang's favor at all. I'll try it one more time. Yeah, the trade is not in Liu Kang's favor at all. Then that also briefly popped him up into the air. So I think off of this situation here, once you condition the opponent to kind of like respect the fact that you can check them in the old form, once they start respecting that, then this opens up the window for you to kind of change it. For you to change up your combo strings, you could probably switch back into the young form to kind of mix up your options here and stuff like that. Because I think what's going to tie all of this together is him being able to condition the opponent not to disrespect the plus frame. Because like I said, even though you're plus on block, it's not guaranteed that you'll be able to get pressure afterwards, especially if the opponent has a higher level of knowledge in this matchup. Like they understand, like, okay, if he tries to go for that forward 4, I know it's going to come out at 12 frames instead of 13 frames. So I could literally stuff that attack and get a counter and then get a full-blown meterless punish or meter burn punish and stuff like that. And it could be problematic. So if they start respecting and stuff, this causes a problem. Reason why is because now you can actually get a throw going, and this will open them up for other things and stuff like that, because they might end up neutral crouching, which opens up the opportunity for you to do something like that to them. Then on top of that, like, say for example, they end up blocking this. The question is it possible for them to armor through it? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Can they armor through that? So it doesn't hurt to actually figure that out, and they can. The problem that they're going to face is that you can actually block that. You see what I'm saying? So if they fuck around and do that, they're going to fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying? So I can get punished for it, but the problem is, yeah, the problem is that they'll get baited. Yeah, they'll easily just get baited then. So there's some things that you can actually do off of this. Pretty simple shit, really. Because it's like the down one, I believe, is what's gonna keep the opponent in check, and you would have to get inside the opponent's mind and understand what they're thinking. Like, you would have to see what their response is in a match. Like, you would have to see, like, okay, well, the player just downed one to me, right? Now, you are +1 on block. Now, is it guaranteed for you to be able just to backdash and make them whiff or something like that? Possibly, but it's possibly a gamble as well, because, you know, you might end up getting hit. But overall, like, the down one is probably the staple for this, because it comes out of 6 frames instead of 7. And then on top of that, you have this to prevent yourself from getting punished. Obviously, the meter burn version and the meter burn version, they're not really going to leave you safe on block. But if you're using Kano, though, like, I mean, if you're using Kano, I mean, that literally makes you safe on block very easily, I think. Because it's like they're going to end up getting hit in the face. So, hold on. They would have to deal with that. Or you could call out the Kano ball and stuff like that. But you would have to get the timing down correctly to where it's more accurate. Yeah. So hold on, let me see. I'm over here fucking it up. That's what I hate. I buffered the move, but it didn't come out. I don't know why it's not coming out. Let's see here. There we go. Something like that, or whatever, or you call it the Kano ball. Or you might need to use a different character, possibly, to get better pressure. But then again, I mean, this could potentially work as well, because they can't just easily neutral duck. So, like, as a matter of fact, I'll switch over one more time. I fucked it up. So, if it's timed correctly, it's not going to be easy for them to avoid Kano, which is something that they might get frustrated with, though. So, you could also do that as well. So, hold on. See that? That's another option instead of the other option. The reason why I say that is because, see how, like, I'm trying to down one with Liu Kang? Like, I'm mashing the down one, and it's not working. Like, this is not working at all. Even if I go for the standing one, and even if they block it, right? See that? It becomes a true block string. You see what I'm saying? Now, you get pretty good chip, but not only are you getting good chip, you're turning it into a +16 situation. I don't know if you can see that, but he's +16. So this is a better option. But if you're in an old form, like, you could probably do some Quan Chi. Hold on, what? Do some Quan Chi content. So yeah, little shit like that, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta experiment, because, like, off of this situation here, like, you could probably do, like, you could probably switch, which would be a better option, I think, because you're getting more hits and you're getting chip damage as well. Because off of this, the chip isn't bad at all. And then on top of that, like, if I meter burn, the chip just really isn't bad at all. Like, it's actually pretty damn good. but you don't need to spend a bar and meter. So like you could do something like how should I put it? You see what I'm saying? And you can switch and then call out Kano. You see what I'm saying? So like say for example you jump in as an old guy, right? Like you hold on, because I fucked that up. And then you down one and then go into it and shit like that. My fingers are kind of tired, but you get the idea, right? So that's something that you can do. And then obviously, like, they're going to have to understand, like, you know, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. Like, he's not fucking around. And, like, if they start blocking thinking that you're going to do the down one and stuff like that, and to, like, the little blaze shit, then on top of that, I don't think you can meter burn off of that anyway. I don't think you can get out of that at all. So you definitely have quite a few options here. But other than that, man, I think I'm going to end this live because, like I said, I got some stuff to do. And it's good to be back, kind of. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully you guys, I guess, enjoyed the live or whatnot. Y'all be safe out there, man. And hopefully you learn some things with Shang Tsung a little bit in terms of like that +1 situation and some other things that I told you about. Of course, I'm going to teach some more advanced things about combos, and hopefully I can do some private sessions or King of the Hill type stuff so I can teach you guys some more stuff and a more live type of environment, I guess. And yeah, that's about it, man. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys, I guess, enjoyed this live for what it is. And hopefully I can catch you guys in the next one. Be safe out there, and peace out.